Welcome to We Are Eastbourne, a brand new podcast for the people of Eastbourne. I'm Dan Gasser.
And I'm Kathryn Langley, and we're good mates who both live here in Eastbourne.
Kathryn, you were born here, weren't you?
Yeah, I was born here, grew up here, went to school, college, went away for a few years, but then, of course, I made my way back.
And I was not born here, but I have been here for quite a while, I think a quarter of a century now. So this is very much our home and a place that we care about.
It's a sunny day, so what better location for our first recording than a stroll along Eastbourne seafront?
You might be able to hear the big wheel, which we're just walking past right now. The music is pumping out. And yeah, let's get started.
So you're joining us on a really sunny day right now. We're walking up by Fisherman's Green up towards the Redoubt. You might be wondering, kind of what's the purpose of this podcast? Like, why now? Who the heck is the Eastbourne Neighbourhood Board? And kind of most importantly, why should you care to listen and hopefully share this podcast with kind of other people from around the town?
Well, firstly, this podcast is a space to celebrate our great town. And that includes everything from the amazing people through to the town's local businesses. Secondly, it's a podcast to help shape the future of the town, and that's where you come in.
So imagine for just a moment if the town was given £20 million to help improve your everyday life in your street, your community. What would you suggest that money should be used for? It's a lot of money. It could make a real big difference.
Well, the brilliant news is that Eastbourne right now does have that £20 million of funding coming its way to improve the quality of life for all of us and make the town a better place for future generations.
This is a government-backed initiative which is aimed at empowering local people like yourself to kind of take back control, lead regeneration, tackle some of the long-standing challenges around the town.
The funding is part of a national programme and is designed to help Eastbourne invest in its high streets, community spaces and essential services.
So get this right, you don't have to be a business owner or director, you don't have to work for the council, you just need to be an Eastbourne resident and someone who cares about our town. It's an exciting time for Eastbourne. It's really a big opportunity for everyone that lives here.
So how could Eastbourne be better for you right now and for future generations? What's the legacy this money could leave?
Now, I'm sure you have lots of questions, like how to get involved. By the end of this first episode, we're going to have all of that answered for you.
In just a moment, we're going to stop off at the Beach Deck Cafe to meet with Richard Garland from the Eastbourne Neighbourhood Board to tell us more about the project. We're not too far away now.
Before we get there, though, let's have a listen to some of your ideas of how to really make life better where you live if you had the money.
Earlier this week, we were in the town centre to speak to local residents and those working in the town.
I think things like my daughter's really into going to the beach and looking for stuff, you know, if there's things like teaching them about the beach, things like water safety, because we do live in a seaside town.
I'd like to see more, I know it's a thankless job, but people picking up litter. Where I moved to where now there's more litter.
In my opinion, I think Eastbourne needs more restaurants on the beach with seafood, because the people, they go there to spend money.
I think just support for the homeless, kind of giving them somewhere to go, more food banks, stuff like that for people that are struggling.
We just need more support for small businesses because a lot of large businesses in Eastbourne, obviously mostly in the Beacon, and the smaller ones around the edges I think get a little bit missed out.
I mean, I've got this vision of like a big sports complex right along the sort of seafront, so with amazing kind of cafe kind of culture, like people sitting out, watching people play paddle.
I think we should add bins and benches to more places, covering areas that are more just houses, not just town areas, because I feel like you can walk up the road. I need to put a wipe in the bin.
Maybe a lot of places could also like kind of replenish the way it looks sometimes. I mean, I like the look of like having vintage or like historical kind of looks in here, but it's looking a bit run down in the shops around Eastbourne. So yeah, it would be nice to replenish them.
OK, so we've learned about what this fund is, but let's find out a bit more about how it's being implemented. The first step to making things happen and getting this up and running was the launch of a neighbourhood board, which I believe was set up around a year ago here in Eastbourne.
So Richard Garland is the independent chair of that board, and we're just about to go and sit down with him now at the Beach Deck Cafe.
Hi, Richard.
Hi, Dan.
This is such a great opportunity for the town.
Absolutely, this is a really exciting project.
What we want to do to give everyone the answers they need to know right now, Richard, we're going to give you a round of quick-fire questions, all right?
OK.
But we are going to make it fun, OK? We've got this cake here, and we're going to eat a mouthful of cake. And for each mouthful, that's the time you get to answer each question.
What we're saying, though, you can't have your cake and eat it, OK?
I don't feel like I can have cake either, can I? No, OK.
Right, are you
Fine.
ready? We're going to get on
for
with
it.
the questions. So, first things first, the Neighbourhood Board, what is it? Who is it?
So it's a partnership between the Neighbourhood Board and Eastbourne Borough Council and the local communities. And the government have given the town £20 million over the next 10 years in which to focus on regeneration.
Mouthful finished?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm good. What are the Neighbourhood Board's priorities?
Our priorities are across a number of different regeneration aspects. So housing, skills and productivity, health and well-being, education, safety, etc.
OK, so what can the money be used for?
At the moment, the money can be used for pretty much anything. It is a bit of an open book. We need to start engaging with members of the community, a cross-section of citizens, organisations, businesses, to understand what people's priorities are.
Can you just elaborate on what it can't be spent on? And will it be spent on things that the council itself might usually spend money on to improve the town?
I think that's a challenging question, because at the moment we have a huge blank piece of paper. We haven't allocated funds to any particular project at this stage. What the money isn't going to be spent on is providing support for council services, existing council services. That's a really important point of this. However, for us, a lot of this is around quality of life. That starts with cleaner streets. It starts with maintenance of green spaces, tackling social isolation. That's where we think a lot of this money can help regenerate the town. So it's not about physical bricks and mortar necessarily. It's about supporting individuals, it's about supporting communities, and it's about providing a better way of life for all of us that live here.
So, tell me, is the money just for the seafront and the town centre?
Absolutely not, no. We are hoping and we're working to make sure that all of the wards benefit from this money. So we want, and that's why we want to engage with the individual wards as well. So we're hoping to do that over the autumn and towards the end of this year. As I say, this is a new level of democracy, so people will genuinely have a say about what happens in their neighbourhoods. That's what's important.
OK, so that leads us neatly on to our next question then, Richard. How are you going to choose how the money's spent? How are you going to make sure it actually goes to the right causes?
The most important thing here is that the citizens of Eastbourne feel that they have a say in where this money goes. One of our priorities is to build trust and build capacity. And what I mean by capacity is that ability to have your say and be listened and to see that something actually happens because you've suggested something. So in a way, this is almost like a new level of democracy. This is quite unique in the way government have given funds to direct to local communities.
Obviously, people need to apply for it, for the things that they are interested in. Who can apply?
At the moment, we are still working on how people will be able to apply in terms of suggesting projects, ideas, whether that's as individuals or community groups or organisations. Ultimately, by the end of this year, we would like to be able to say to people, here's how you can put forward your ideas. But there are going to be rounds of engagement throughout the town over the end of the summer, the autumn, where we'll start to get people's feedback.
Are there other ways people can get involved or find out information over the next few months while you're making those decisions?
Well, things like this podcast are a great opportunity for people to respond to. We are going to be doing a round of presentations to community groups. The board is very much made up of people from the community, so we are hoping to be able to have a column in the newspapers over the next few months as well. So it will take a bit of time, but we've got to get this right from the moment that we start this process of engagement. It isn't going to be a short-term, give us your ideas now and that's it for 10 years. This engagement process with the town and with the citizens of the town is going to be over the life of this fund. So we are going to be continually asking for ideas and projects and feedback. So there is no panic.
Watch this space then, is what you're saying?
Absolutely.
OK, Richard, this is your final question. What's the timeline? When can we see changes starting to take effect? When will we see funds released? and what are the next steps to actually happen to get things up and running?
Okay, so we currently have capacity funding from the government, and what that is, that's to enable us to put together feasibility studies so that we can get projects ready. It's to pay for us to be able to go out and engage with the community. Ultimately, we will start to get the funding to do physical work, if you like. We'll get that early part of 2026. However, we are looking at ways at getting the capacity funding down to community level as quickly as possible. So it doesn't all sit with us. We can try and get some down to individual communities.
I think it's really exciting. You know, there's so much potential in this town, and I've lived here for such a long time now, and you see things changing and you see young people growing up in the town, and there's so much possibility for what this money could be spent on. And I think it's really exciting that people can have a real say in what that could look like in the future.
The sea air, the downs, we're incredibly fortunate to live in such a wonderful place. That cohesion amongst our communities as well, building that trust, ensuring that people have got access to the services they need, making sure that they have a quality of life. That well-being is really important. Yes, we can look to revitalise public spaces and the high streets and local heritage, but that community cohesion and giving people back that voice is what is really, really important.
Can I just ask you, what are you personally most looking forward to within this project?
Building trust. I think regeneration begins with people. Collectively, we have a shared responsibility and a massive opportunity to make this work for the town. This is a real game changer for Eastbourne. Can I have that cake now?
Would you like a mouthful?
I would love a mouthful. Thank you, Kathryn, Dan. Thank you. You can't end on I'd love a mouthful.
Oh, I think we can.
Great stuff. Nice to catch up with Richard there. But now we've got to continue our walk along the seafront. Come on, Kathryn.
Yeah, come on, you've got to walk off that cake. OK, we've heard some suggestions of how local people would like to spend the money to improve their lives. And then after that chat with Richard, I'm sure you've got some great ideas too. He had some really good suggestions, didn't he? In a moment, we're going to take a look forward to how you're going to be able to apply.
OK, before we get there, Kathryn, you were born in Eastbourne. You left for a bit. You made the choice to come back. What is it that has made you stay? Why are you still here? What do you love about the town?
I can honestly say, apart from the fact that I have to work, I do feel like I'm on holiday most days. Like, I just love, we've got the seafront, we've got the beach, popping down for a swim, even if it's a bit cold. Like, you know, there's so much to do in the town. There are loads of new cafes popping up. We've got new restaurants. I love the fact that we're so close to the downs. Like, so much opportunity for walking and cycling. And I just love it. I honestly feel like I'm on holiday.
I completely agree. I have kids, so much to do. We've got the Eastbourne Mini Steam Railway.
I've not been on that. Is that bad?
It's fantastic. It is very bad. We've got the beach. We've got some great soft play centres. There's loads of great parks in Eastbourne as well. Loads of great open spaces like Prince's Park. We love going there. There's just so much to do.
It's not just about what we think, though, is it, Dan? We've been and asked some residents what they love about the town as well.
I'm pretty much on the seafront. I can wake up, take my dog for a walk and just sort of enjoy the fresh air.
And the people, a load of people are just really friendly. There is an older population, there's also a lot of young people as well. So yeah, there's a lot of really good community here.
It's small, it's nice location, it's nice weather.
I like the sea is very good in the summer, and I'm addicted to swimming in it. And in the winter, it's quite relaxing to look at.
I've only moved here 2 years ago, so being away from home made me miss home. But moving to Eastbourne actually made me feel like I actually find a new home. Just friendly places everywhere.
The diversity of all the different cultures and backgrounds.
And I love Eastbourne. I love the seafront, the gardens.
This feels like such an exciting time for Eastbourne, doesn't it, Dan? There's just so much potential, so many opportunities. I'm really feeling just genuinely excited by this. I guess it's all very well having a big pot of money, though, but we really do need some ideas of kind of what to spend the money on.
Can I just say, we can see the pier now. Beautiful that it is on a sunny day.
I remember seeing you up there DJing a few years ago, quite a few years ago now.
Yeah, a few years ago implies 2 or 3 years ago. It was a lot more than that.
Any good memories from that time?
Plenty of good memories that for some reason I can't remember. I can't imagine why.
OK, back to the present. It's a lovely sunny day right now, but between now and when it will look quite different down here in the middle of winter, the Neighbourhood Board are going to be speaking to loads of people and organisations across the town to find out where this money is most needed, and they're going to make a bit of a plan, and this is where my bucket comes in, right? I've got a bucket.
It's an actual bucket, by the way.
It's an actual bucket. It's quite small, but it's going to do the job, OK? So, this bucket represents the full pot of money. Imagine that. So this is the £20 million over 10 years. And what we're going to do, I'm going to take different sized pebbles that represent the different projects of different sizes. Are you following me so far?
Completely.
So sometimes there's going to be a big project that costs a bit more, but it might have a long-lasting legacy on the town. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this big pebble into the bucket, all right? That's a big project that's going to have a long-lasting legacy.
Good shot.
Right, but if you fill up the bucket with just those big pebbles, there's going to be loads of space in between. So that's where we're going to have to take a load of small ones, small pebbles. Going to put them in the bucket. They represent smaller, just as important projects that can have a direct and immediate impact on a community or group of people. So it's basically about maximising the money and how it's spent across the town.
Can I just say how well this is working as a metaphor? I think of all the things you could have used, the bucket is the perfect thing.
Right, we've now got pebbles in the bucket. We've got big pebbles, we've got small pebbles, OK? These represent the projects. So what could these projects be? Well, this big stone that I put in here earlier on, this could be setting up an e-bike hire scheme. Fancy a bit of that myself, to be honest with you. It's getting more difficult to ride my bike.
You do like a bit of cycling.
I do like a bit of cycling. Or, potentially, it could be working towards a big regeneration project, a bit further down the seafront, towards the Sovereign Centre. Then we've got medium-sized pebbles. That could be finding a way to support schools with some of their challenges they're having across the town. Maybe your children would benefit from that. Or engaging our younger residents with something to do and build their own communities. So we're going to put a medium-sized stone in the bucket, right? Or these small pebbles that we've got in the bucket already, maybe that's something really local to you. So that could be on your street, in your local park. I've got a wreck opposite my house. Maybe there's something that we could do there. Might be some antisocial behaviour we could support tackling, or an organisation that needs some funding to launch a new idea for your community. The key is, we really don't know now what these projects are or what they should be. And that is why we're speaking to a whole range of people now to formulate the plan, or at least the first plan. So the great thing about this being a 10-year project, it's going to change and evolve over time and respond to different things. So anyway, my backside's starting to hurt a bit on these stones. Should we get back up the beach now?
Let's get going.
Yeah.
Now, the Neighbourhood Board is all about bringing together people from across the town who are passionate about improving the quality of life for us all. And we want to showcase them here on the We Are Eastbourne podcast.
So one person who definitely ticks that box is Eastbourne MP Josh Babarinde. He's like me, Eastbourne born and bred. He's always got so much going on, so much so that we need to give him a time limit to tell us about what he's been up to.
So we're going to start the stopwatch for our very first MP's Minute.
Hey, I'm Josh Babarinde. I'm so proud, as an Eastbourne boy, born and bred, to be our town's MP. And it has been a busy time recently. So I thought I'd set myself a challenge in 60 seconds to try and give you a rundown of just some of the stuff that I've been trying to do for our town. Wish me luck. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So, major win of the last month has been my campaign getting a direct train from Eastbourne to London Bridge and back to help with tourism, but also to ensure that our local economy can benefit from being connected. And after lots of campaigning behind the scenes for many months with the Chamber of Commerce and my big petition, we have secured that direct link. It'll be in action from December. Next, Linden Court. It's a centre for folks with learning disabilities in Eastbourne and beyond. The County Council was going to close it. For months, I've stood alongside local families and carers like Sophie Ticehurst, and the County Council finally U-turned on its decision, and Linden Court is going to remain open. We've only got 9 seconds left. Next, Victoria Place. It's going to be pedestrianised. The works were happening during August. Ridiculous. I teamed up with the Council, Chamber of Commerce, BID and others to pause those works so that our businesses could still make good money over the summer, and that has been done. That went quick. That went so quick. Lots of these things that I'm campaigning on have happened because folks have got in touch and said, Josh, can you help? So please get in touch. My email address is online, or you can DM me. I run regular surgeries out and about, whether it's in the Beacon or in Tesco's or Morrison's, for people to come and chat to me. If there's something that you want me to take up on your behalf, no matter how big or small, I am here. See you soon.
Dan, you'll know Eastbourne's crammed full of independent businesses that help shape the look of our high streets and communities. Sometimes it's really easy to take for granted, isn't it, all the amazing opportunities there are in the town and just why people love living here.
We've got the South Downs, the seafront, of course, and just a short commute to London. And we've sent our producer, Chris, who's here with us right now, by the way. Hi, Chris.
That's me.
That's him. We've sent him into the town's newest businesses on Grove Road, and he got a taste of why people move here.
We better tell people what the Dicebox Cafe is. I mean, I've just turned up for the first time. I'm standing here surrounded by shelves that are just full of board games. It looks fantastic.
We're obviously a board game cafe. You come in, take a seat. We operate like a normal cafe, except with board games. We can recommend them to you if you're new to board games, if you don't know what you're looking for. And yeah, enjoy food, drinks while you play some games.
How many board games do you think I'm standing in front of right now?
At the minute, about 300, I want to say, but soon we'll bump that number up to about 500, and then we'll keep adding and adding and adding as we go on.
I didn't know there were so many board games available. I know there's a lot, but we're talking big numbers here. Can I ask then, you're not from here, so how did you choose Eastbourne?
So my partner Rachel, born in Eastbourne, grew up in Eastbourne. So I started visiting when we started seeing each other, and I love Eastbourne. I'm from Sittingbourne, up in the top of Kent. Down here, the council is great. They do stuff. There's stuff on. There's markets. They look after the town. Flowers are cut. Bushes are trimmed. I just think it's a great place. I think, especially in the summer, it is like being on holiday when you're walking around here, which I know it probably loses its charm for some Eastbourne residents who have been here for years and years and years, but as a new face, I love Eastbourne. It is such a good place.
It's so lovely to see new businesses opening up, and this is a delight. The amount of colour coming off from these board game boxes in front of us standing here is wonderful. We wish you all the success.
Yeah.
And I better let you get back to those cocktails that you're making. It's what time is it? It's kind of 2:00 in the afternoon. It's a bit early to be sipping on them, but I'm sure they'll look great on your social media.
They'll look good, but I won't be drinking them just yet. Give it a few hours and I might need them.
Love a board game.
Yeah, only if they've got Yahtzee.
I love Yahtzee.
Love
that is such a good game.
Love a bit of
It's
Yahtzee.
Underrated.
And unknown.
And unknown.
I don't know what it is.
You haven't lived. You haven't lived.
Right, we're at Meads now. That is more uphill than I ever thought it was.
Did tell you it was steep, and also I refer you back to the cake from earlier on.
It's laying heavy on me.
I just love it up here. Just love the view. And did you know, here we are, film facts for you. They actually filmed the Harry Potter Quidditch World Cup scenes, like just over there.
I had no idea about that.
Really no idea.
I did not know that. I'm not the biggest Harry Potter fan.
You get people coming up on the Eastbourne sightseeing bus just to go and see where the Quidditch matches were played.
I'm going to hang on to that for my next pub quiz.
Absolutely, it's a winner. So, look at that view. Eastbourne stretching out below us. It really does make you appreciate what we have here, doesn't it?
And that's what today's journey has been about. Taking a moment to see what's great about this place, but also to ask, what's next, Eastbourne? What could make your life better? Not just down at the seafront or in the town centre, but on your street, in your community. All across the town, in fact.
This £20 million funding, it really is an incredible opportunity, isn't it? But it's really going to be only as good as the ideas and voices that shape it. So really, I can't underline this more. Every Eastbourne resident matters. It's whether you've lived here your whole life, like me, you've been born here, grown up here, or you've just moved in. This next chapter really does genuinely depend on you.
OK, so if you can hear my voice now, I'm speaking to you, actually you, as an Eastbourne resident, OK? So think about your corner of Eastbourne. What needs fixing? What could be brighter, greener, maybe more welcoming? Big ideas, small ones, it doesn't matter. There's no fixed plan at the moment. Everything is being considered. The door is open. We're going to be out across the whole town and holding events in each ward to really get into the detail of what might be needed.
So as we've been saying, this is really still early days for the board and everything is coming together quite rapidly. Full details on how to apply for funding for an idea and then the full kind of transparent process of how projects are going to be chosen, that's all going to be on the website, okay? So that's the only place to get the latest information and the full facts on what's happening with the money and any latest news. So the website, weareeastbourne.org.uk.
And don't wait to see what others suggest. Step up and share that idea that's rattling around in your head. It could be exactly what the town needs. This is a moment for listening, gathering stories, and getting ready for something new.
Spread the word. Share this podcast. Invite a friend, a neighbour, the cafe owner down the street to chime in. Visit the website, weareeastbourne.org.uk. You can submit your thoughts. Keep up with what's happening next. This is really a once-in-a-generation moment for Eastbourne. Let's make the most of it.
And thank you for joining us on our first podcast episode. Here's to dreaming big and looking ahead.